Hey everyone, Stephen Harrold here, and welcome to the channel. I'll be discussing the NHL Playoffs for you guys in a very blunt way. In this video, we will have our final playoff update of the second round of the 2025 Stanley Cup Playoffs. Another team has advanced to the conference finals, and the last team in the second round to be eliminated was announced. In the series between the Florida Panthers, the defending Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers, and the Toronto Maple Leafs, Game 7, the Toronto Maple Leafs get their asses handed to them 6-1 by the Florida Panthers, and now are out of the playoffs. Shocker. And the Florida Panthers move on to the Eastern Conference Final with a 4-3 series win. Game 1 of this series saw the Toronto Maple Leafs beat the Florida Panthers 5-4, and in Game 2, the Leafs would beat them again 4-3. In Game 3, however, the Florida Panthers beat them 5-4 in overtime, and then shut them out in Game 4 2-0. Game 5, the Florida Panthers beat the Toronto Maple Leafs 6-1 on home ice for the Leafs, and in Game 6, the Leafs beat and shut out the Florida Panthers 2-0 on their home ice. Then in Game 7, the pivotal Game 7, the true boogeyman of the Leafs, they lose to Florida with the same goals as Game 5 in Toronto, 6-1. When the goal differential between these two teams, the Florida Panthers outscored the Toronto Maple Leafs 26-17. And when it comes to the shots department, the Florida Panthers, of course, favored in that as well, 218 to Toronto's 173. Man, it must be nice having 5 forwards signed to, what, $50 million worth of contract just to fucking only get that many shots? What a joke. So the Florida Panthers now have a 2023 rematch with the Carolina Hurricanes in the Eastern Conference Final and have to defend that Eastern Conference Championship for the 3rd straight year in a row. They're in it, and but anyways, enough of that fucking team. Let's talk about that other team, the Leafs. I don't even know what to say anymore. I mean, years of doing these playoff videos and just laughing at the Leafs. At some point, something has to change. I mean, like, my karma came to bite me in the ass in 2023 when the Leafs beat us in Game 6, limiting the Lightning. Then they would go on to the second round where they were ousted by the Florida Panthers 5 games into that series. They were down 3-0 in that series, and they almost got swept. Now fast forward here again. They've won another playoff series in the first round, faced the Florida Panthers in the second round because the fans chanted, "We want Florida." They wanted Florida. They got them again. In fact, the Leafs actually had a 2-0 series lead in this series against the defending Stanley Cup champions. And in typical Leafs fashion, they fucking blew it again. I know 2 coworkers who cheer for the fucking Toronto Maple Leafs. I know a friend of mine who cheers for the Toronto Maple Leafs. I've seen so many videos of Toronto Maple Leafs fans at the fucking outside the arena watching the game and being fucking heartbroken. But you know, it really dawned on me that I've been doing these playoff videos since the 2020-2021 season, and I've yet to see the Toronto Maple Leafs make it to the conference finals. As a hockey fan who was a former Oiler fan and became a Lightning fan, I've seen the Oilers make it to the Stanley Cup Finals once. That was in 2006. I've seen the Tampa Bay Lightning go to the Stanley Cup Finals 4 times. 2015, 2020, 2021, and 2022. I got to witness my team win back-to-back Stanley Cups. The rings. And then go to the Stanley Cup Final for the 3rd year in a row just to lose. What the fuck happened with the Leafs in that time? Lost in the first round, lost in the first round, lost in the first round. I'm so sick and tired of doing these videos where I have to talk about a playoff series that feature the Leafs. I know there's this running joke that I have where I say the Tampa Bay Lightning are the true blue and white team, but it's fucking true. We're the only blue and white team in the Eastern Conference, besides the Leafs, that actually do something in the playoffs. We actually do something. You have 4 forwards on your fucking roster: Matthews, Marner, Nylander, and Tavares. And they can't seem to show up. How much money, like what, over $40 million invested in those 4 forwards? And when it's supposed to matter in the game, it's supposed to fucking matter, they don't show up, they don't score, they don't do anything. They just give the fuck up. I mean, like, Game 5, they lost in front of their home fans, fucking 6-1. Game 6, they beat them 2-0 in Florida's barn. So Game 7, you think, oh, this could be the year. But you guys fucking forget. Paul Maurice, he's undefeated in Game 7s. As for the Leafs, they were 0-6. 0-6 in Game 7s. 2018, lost to the Bruins. 2019, lost to the Bruins. 2020, lost to Columbus. Yeah, it was only 5 games, and it was a best of 5, and it was the playing round. But yeah, that's the equivalent of Game 7. 2021, embarrassingly lost to the Montreal Canadiens. 2022, lost to the Lightning. You finally got over the hump in 2023 and won in the first round for the first time in 19 years, just to almost get swept in the fucking second round by the Florida Panthers, who would go on to win this, go on to the Stanley Cup Finals that year. 2024, you lost to the Boston Bruins yet again in a Game 7 in overtime in TD Garden. And here you are, you losing Game 7 in front of your fucking fans, who booed the shit out of you, threw jerseys on the ice, threw beer on the ice, and the press conferences are always fucking funny because, you see the usual suspects always talking about the shit, right? Like, we didn't play very good, we just didn't have the puck go in our favor. You've been saying that for almost 10 years now. When is there going to be a Leafs player, go on to the fucking broadcast and say, yeah, we suck. Our team sucks. We can't fucking gel well. We can't fucking finish games when it truly fucking matters. What's fucking pathetic is the fact that 2018, you lost to the Bruins. Nothing came of that. 2019, you lost to the Bruins, who went on to the Stanley Cup Final to lose to St. Louis. 2020, you lost to Columbus, who got beat by the Tampa Bay Lightning, who ended up going to win the Stanley Cup. 2021, you lost to the Montreal Canadiens, who went to the Stanley Cup Finals, just to lose to Tampa Bay. 2022, you lost to Tampa Bay, who went on to the Stanley Cup Finals to lose to Colorado. 2023, you beat Tampa Bay just to lose to Florida, who went to the Stanley Cup Final to lose to fucking Vegas of all teams. And then last year, you lost to Boston, who lost to Florida. Florida went to the Stanley Cup Final and won. And now here you are, again. You lose to Florida, and they're in the conference finals. Possibly going to the Stanley Cup Final again. And you got nothing to show for it. Like, let's face it, Leafs fans, let's face it. Shanahan's gone. Your Shanahan plan is a Shanahan fraud. Marner, he's done. I mean, that whole fucking clip of him yelling at the bench to wake the fuck up, and no one did. Hey, Marner, you didn't wake up either. Matthews, calling his teammates passengers. Matthews, you're a fucking passenger. You're just as guilty, and you're the captain this year. We see the same thing every single year with this fucking team. And it's the same talk from the Leafs fans. It's the same thing from Leafsnet. This team, it's different. It's different. This year's different. The year is different. Some of the pieces on the team is different. But the outcome is always the fucking same. Next year, when I do my no playoff cemetery, I hope the Leafs are in there. They need to burn this bridge. They need to get rid of the core. They need to break it up. You're not succeeding. In the 10 years of this whole Shanahan plan, you've only had 2 playoff series wins. 2. In the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs, in those series wins, you have a combined 4 fucking wins. You guys have nothing to show for it. You know, a lot of people will sit there and say in Toronto that Matthews is better than McDavid. McDavid actually went to a Stanley Cup final. They will sit there and say, oh, the Lightning are just fucking nothing. The Lightning went to the Stanley Cup finals 4 times in the last 10 years and have won back-to-back cups. What the fuck have you guys done? Nothing. And let's make it clear, Leafs fans and everyone who else is watching this fucking video, the only reason why you guys won those series is, let's be honest, you beat Ottawa, a team that had not been in the playoffs since 2017 when they went on a deep run and lost in the Eastern Conference Finals in Game 7. Did you fuckers go to a Game 7 in the Eastern Conference Finals? No. And you beat the Lightning because you beat a team that was gassed from having 3 straight years of going on deep playoff runs, going to Stanley Cup Finals. That's the only reason why you won them. So, next year, I don't want to see you guys in the playoffs. I don't want to see it. You don't deserve it anymore. This is not even funny. It's not even a joke. It's just pathetic now. So, you know, teams like Buffalo, who their fans have just suffered long enough, they can take your place. Hell, Detroit can take your place. Anyone. But I don't want the Leafs in the playoffs anymore. You fuckers don't deserve it. You're a waste of time. See this? Even though it's a replica, it's a Stanley Cup, Leafs fans. Something you'll never fucking touch in your life. Just accept it. And move the fuck on and join different fucking fan bases. Because this team doesn't deserve fans anymore. This team needs to blow up. I'd like to see the Leafs not make the playoffs for 9 straight years now, like they did back then. It'd be great. Anyways, what did you guys think of this series? Let me know in the comments down below. If you like this video, make sure you also hit the thumbs up and subscribe for more content. And don't forget to hit that bell notification so you get notified about all the other videos coming out on the channel, especially in regards to the Stanley Cup Playoffs. Anyways, that's it for me. This is Stephen Harrold. I will talk to you guys later. And for my friend Brett, just stop being a Leafs fan. Go to a different fucking team. They are not going to do fuck all for you. They are a disappointment.